I'm DJing for all the frats, fraternities and sororities in college. Now I'm starting to DJ in the clubs in college, and I'm doing well, and we're making music. I'm making, we come back, we go to the recording studio, and we just keep it going. And then I came down to visit him in Atlanta, and I knew I was moving to Atlanta, and moved down to Atlanta. And I was supposed to work at CNN, but got sidetracked. And I went to a club called Magic City, adult entertainment club. And the DJ was having a bad night, and I was like, I could do this. I'll work at CNN, but let me DJ and have some fun. And I end up being the head DJ and making tons of money. And I'm a young man around all of this, and it's overwhelming. But at the same time, now I'm in the spot where I could test all my songs that I make. And, a couple years go by, we're testing songs and everything. And then what I realized is that we were never going to get out of the Southeast unless we made bass music. And see, I'm California, Denver. We were hip hop, right? I knew about bass because Luke was doing it, and Shadi had a bass record, but everything to me was hip hop because I ordered my records from New York.
Around 92, 91, 92?
This is like 89, 91, 92, because 89, when I first got here, that night that I went to Magic City, the DJ was messing up. We went to see Do the Right Thing at the movies, right? Spike Lee. So that's how I know exactly what day that was when I got to Atlanta. Right. And I just told Steve, we got to make up-tempo music. We got to make some bass music. He was like, man, I can't make that stuff. I was like, yes, we don't do it like they do it. Do it like we would do it. Because the essence of hip-hop to me, this is my thing. But I believe this. My heart is essence of hip-hop is Planet Rock. Because that started the whole B-boy era, right? That started all the dancing. Right. That started all the break dancing. That started everything. And all you gotta do is make up-tempo beat. Just think Planet Rock, and then I'm on the West Coast, Egyptian Lover, right? And Dr. Dre with Surgery, right? All those records were classic records, right? Dre might hate them, but those records were the most incredible records back then because nobody was doing that. And they're all up-tempo, right? So
at this stage, if I may interject on something, though, your entrepreneurial spirit and the backdrop of a lot of rap, hip hop. My background, I was a nightclub promoter, the top nightclub promoter in the late 80s, early 90s in L.A. Eazy-E, Eric Wright, comes up to me. Didn't even know who he was in 87. I think it was 87 or 88. Says, yo, I got the new Eazy-E album. You got to play it. I'm like, who's this guy? I'm in the DJ booth. I give it to my DJ. He goes, oh, man, it's Eazy-E. He's here tonight. I was like, really? I didn't even know it had a black label. And you put on that 6'4", but that entrepreneurial spirit, and then I'm, Coolio and I did business. He was in one of my films afterwards. And he all this entrepreneurial spirit that you're talking about that you have seems to be like bootstrap a lot of musicians, but rap and hip hop particularly, would you say that that's like always wearing that on your sleeve, and most people that you work with have that kind of mentality?
Nah, because let me tell you something about me. Over the years, I've come up with tactics, right? Tactics, methods, ways of thinking differently, because that's how I got the name DC the Brain Supreme at a young age, right? And people used to just be like, dude, how do you figure that out? And I just think differently. And now, if it was on, 10 back then, it's on 100 now. And I come up with different things and different ways to get what I need, because there's no one way to do things. I understand that, right? And if there's not one way to do things, you can do anything you want to do. You just have to you got to kind of have the intellect to know if you're headed in the right direction, but there are ways to verify if you're headed in the right direction. And if these things work, and all these tactics work, then this is a custom thing fit for you, and not everybody can do it, but it works for you, right? So when you say entrepreneurial spirit, I understand that word, but for me, it was just hustling. It was about getting this money. You know what I mean? And,
right.
When I'm in Magic City and I'm selling mixtapes, well, cassettes back then, right? But that evolved into, selling everything, because I was in a place where cash was king.